Welcome to session 9 of the Sundarakandam learning series. We have finished up to 40 shlokas, so we will be starting the new shlokas today. So till here, I'll just quickly summarize what has happened. Hanuman is ready to cross over to the ocean, cross the ocean, and having been motivated by Jambavan, he is now ready to leap over to the ocean. When he grows large in size, the effect on the mountain, how the snakes come out, the poison that comes out, the colors of the ores that come out, all that has been described very beautifully by Maharshi Valmiki. After that, the Vidyadharas and the rishis who were on the mountain, they all were disturbed and they got up to see what was happening. They jumped up to the sky and they heard the Charanas and the Siddhas saying, oh, for Rama's work, Hanuman is ready to cross over to the ocean. They were very thrilled when they heard that. Then what happened? Hanuman grew large in size. He braced himself on the mountain ready for takeoff. As he braced himself on the mountain ready for takeoff, he addressed his fellow Vanaras. This is a part of what he is telling. What does he told them? I am the instrument of Rama. Like how Rama's bow will travel and unerringly meet its mark, I will also unerringly do my work for Lord Rama. So this line very beautifully, the shloka as we discussed in the previous class, very beautifully brings out Hanuman's attitude, and therefore it also advises us on how our attitude should be of non-doership, of being an instrument of Bhagavan, and of doing our work for Ramakaryasam, for Bhagavan. So with the same attitude, when we do our work, we are sure to meet success. So now what is happening? He is now saying, if I don't find Sita in Lanka, then I will go all the way to Suralaya or Devaloka. There I will search for her. Imagine, it is difficult to cross the ocean. But how difficult it is to cross lokas. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka. Suvarloka is Swargaloka. Swargaloka is very far and nobody can attain it in their normal earthly form. Hanuman is willing to do even that for the sake of Rama. And then what happens? If he does not find her in Swargaloka, what happens is what comes in the shloka. Yadiva tridive sitam, yadiva tridive sitam, na drakshyami, na drakshyami akritashramah. न द्रक्ष्याम्यकृतश्रमः न द्रक्ष्याम्यकृतश्रमः यदि वा त्रिदिवे सीताम् यदि वा त्रिदिवे सीताम् न द्रक्ष्याम्यकृतश्रमः न द्रक्ष्याम्यकृतश्रमः बद्ध्वा राक्षसराजानम् बद्ध्वा राक्षसराजानम् आनयिष्यामि रावणम् आनयिष्यामि रावणम् बद्ध्वा राक्षसराजानम् आनयिष्यामि रावणम् बद्ध्वा राक्षसराजानम् आनयिष्यामि रावणम् लाइन बाय लाइन यदि वा त्रिदिवे सीताम् न द्रक्ष्याम्यकृतश्रवः यदि वा त्रिदिवे सीताम् न द्रक्ष्याम्यकृतश्रमः बद्ध्वा राक्षसराजानम् आनयिष्यामि रावणम् बद्ध्वा राक्षसराजानम् आनयिष्यामि रावणम्. I'm sure many of you have understood the meaning with just this, right? Badhva Rakshasa Rajanam Ravanam Manayishyami, he says. What does he say? Yati Tridive Sita Na Drakshyami. If in Tridiva, Tridiva refers to Devaloka. Tridiva is another name for Devaloka. If in Devaloka, I don't see Sita. Sita Na Drakshyami. Yadi Akrita Shramaha. That word, Akrita Shramaha is the word here. He is using to describe himself. In spite of all my efforts have come to naught. My efforts have failed. One whose efforts have failed. So if my efforts have failed thus far, and I'm not able to see Sita in Devaloka, then Akrita Shramaha, Kim Karumi, what will I do? Rakshasa Rajanam Ravanam Badhva Anayishyami. The Rakshasa king Ravana, I will bind and bring him here. Okay, so this is what he is promising. He is saying that implication is that when he brings Ravana, Ravana will disclose Sita's whereabouts. So I will make sure that the enemy himself opens his mouth and tells us where Sita Devi is. So the opposite of Akrita Shrabaha is Krita Shrabaha, both mean the same thing. Essentially, work has been done, but here it is a very interesting usage where it means work has been done, but work has failed. Okay, it has not reached its purpose. So next shloka. See, the next shloka, he describes himself as Kritakaryaha. Sir, any doubts in this shloka? Okay. Sarvatha Kritakaryoham. Sarvatha Kritakaryoham. Eshyami Sahasitaya. Eshyami Sahasitaya. Sarvatha Kritakaryoham. Eshyami Sahasitaya. Sarvatha Kritakaryoham. Eshyami Sahasitaya. Anayishyami Valankam. Anayishyami Valankam. Samutpatya Saravanam. Samutpatya Saravanam. Anayishyami Valankam. Samutpatya Saravanam. Anayishyami Valankam. Samutpatya Saravanam. Together. Sarvatha Kritakaryoham. Ishyami Sahasitaya. Anayishyami Valankam. Samutpatya Saravanam. Once more. Sarvatha Kritakaryoham. Ishyami Sahasitaya. Anayishyami Valankam. Samutpatya Saravanam. Aham Sarvatha Kritakaryaha Asmi. I am always Kritakaryaha. I am always one who will accomplish what I set out to do. Kritakaryaha. Why does he say this? Does he say it out of ego? Why does he say this? Can anyone try to tell? Why? What is the secret of his confidence? Kanchanaji.
Because he is a true follower of Rama, and he knows that Rama will guide him in his work till the end.
And whose work is it?
Rama's work.
So Rama's work, how can it meet with failure? Correct?
Yes, so, it can never go. It can never fail, and Rama will always guide him.
That is the reason for our Sundarakandam class also. Such a big class with so many shlokas, so many people, so many of us are trying to learn. How can we fail? Because it is Rama's work. Correct. So with that attitude, if we do know, even those, all we have to do is a little bit of prayatna. We have to chant every day. Whatever we are learning in class, if we chant every day, try to make the 10 minutes time to chant every day, we will be obviously very successful because it is Rama's work. So same way, Kritakaryaha aham. So he gives us guarantee, I will succeed because it is Rama's work. Aham eshyami sahasitaya. I will bring Sita. Sahasitaya eshyami. I will bring her. I will come with her. Okay. So aham sarvatha kritakaryaha sahasitaya eshyami. I will come. Wow. If I don't manage to bring her directly, what will I do? Saravanam. With Ravana. Saravanam. Okay, that is also possible. Saravanam. Lankam. Along with Ravana, Lanka. Samutpatya. I will uproot. Anayishyami and bring. So I will go there, pluck Lanka from its very foundations along with Ravana and I'll bring it to Lord Rama. Okay, so this is the confidence he is having. Okay, so when one sets out on any work, what should be the confidence we should have when we do? I will do my work because it is Bhagavan's work. If I'm not able to do it in the way I intended, I will have another plan which I will execute. But without doing, I will not stop. I will do what is required. It is more than a superhuman effort to uproot Lanka and bring it. But he obviously is superhuman. He is Hanuman. So he says, I will do it. I will uproot Lanka from its very foundation and bring it along with Ravana. So after having made this promise, he moves to the next. What is he going to do? So 3 lines in this. Evamuktvā tu Hanuman. Sorry, I made some. The screen stop sharing.
No, it's fine.
Okay, great. I think I made a change in my this one and I'm not able to see this. Just give me 1 second. Let me just. Evamuktvā tu Hanuman. Evamuktvā tu Hanuman. Vanaran Vanarottamah. Vanaran Vanarottamah. Utpapath Utpapatath Vegena Utpapatath Vegena Vegavana Vicharayan Utpapatath Vegena Vegavana Vicharayan Suparnamiva Chatmanam Suparnamiva Chatmanam Menesa Kapikunjaraha Suparnamiva Chatmanam Menesa Kapikunjaraha. Again. Evamuktvā tu Hanuman Vanaran Vanarottamah. Evamuktvā tu Hanuman Vanaran Vanarottamah. Utpapatath Vegena Vegavana Vicharayan Utpapatath Vegena Vegavana Vicharayan Suparnamiva Chatmanam Menesa Kapikunjaraha Suparnamiva Chatmanam Menesa Kapikunjaraha. Together. Evamuktvā tu Hanuman Vanaran Vanarottamah Utpapatath Vegena Vegavana Vicharayan Suparnamiva Chatmanam Menesa Kapikunjaraha. Again, you would have understood the first line meaning of this. Evamuktvā tu Hanuman. Having said so, we see Vanaran Vanarottamah. Among the monkeys, the greatest of them. Having said so, Hanuman having said so, what did he do? Atha, then. Utpapata. Katam Avicharayan Vegavan Vegena Utpapata. Utpapata. Avicharayan. Effortlessly. Vichara means thought, planning. Avicharayan is without even thinking about it, coolly, casually. Okay, what did he do? Avicharayan, without thinking. Vegavan, the one who is very fast. Vegena, very quickly or with great speed. Utpapata. Utpapata means lit lakara. Okay, pat dhatu means to leap. Ut is the prefix, which means pat means to fall. Ut means to go up. So utpapata means to actually leap. Okay, so utpapata, he leapt in the air. Saha kapikunjaraha, that elephant among monkeys. Last class also we saw what is the significance of being compared to an elephant, right? So that elephant among monkeys, atmanam, to himself, suparnamiva, like Suparna. Who is Suparna? Who can tell me?
Garuda, ma'am.
Garuda, correct. One of the names. Okay, Garutman, Garuda Sakshiha, Vainateyo, Khageshvaraha. Okay, and like this, the other names. Suparna is also one of the names for Garuda. So Suparna means one with golden wings. Okay, so Suparnamiva Menide, he considered himself to be Garuda. In the previous, this one also, like how Garuda shakes the serpent, Hanuman's tail was being shaken by him. This comparison was made by Valmiki, as Anantarama Dikshitar had beautifully pointed out in his commentary. Garuda is an indicator, a good omen. Same way, now within himself he felt the feeling of being like a bird. Which bird? The king of birds. He considered himself to be like Garuda, the king of birds. Okay, so this is all. This shows that it is a good omen. Apart from that, there is another small significance also. What is the function that Garuda usually does? What is Garuda's job? Kanchana ji.
Yeah, he carries Narayana all the time.
He carries Narayana. Okay, so here Hanuman is carrying Narayana's work, carrying out Narayana's work. So, like how Lord Vishnu's trusted steed is Garuda, Hanuman is Lord Rama's trusted servant. So he feels very, we feel like that, no, when we are the great Bhakta of Bhagavan, we feel like, I am a great Bhakta of Bhagavan. I want to do only Bhagavan's work. That kind of good feeling he had within himself. I am now flying like Garuda, like how Garuda flies for Lord Vishnu, I am flying for Lord Rama. Okay, that is why Garuda is being here. Samutpadati tasmin. Is there any doubt in the previous shloka? Nothing, right? It's fairly simple. Sanskrit. Any questions? Ask me. If any word by word meaning or anything is skipped, ask me. Samutpadati tasminstu. Samutpadati tasminstu. Tasminstu. Samutpadati tasminstu. Vegate nagarohinaha. Vegate nagarohinaha. There are other Vegatu. Many other versions are there also. Just stick with this version. Samutpadati tasminstu. Vegate nagarohinaha. Samutpadati tasminstu. Vegate nagarohinaha. Samhritya vitapan sarvan. Samhritya vitapan sarvan. Samutpetuh samantatah. Samhritya vitapan sarvan. Samutpetuh samantatah. Samhritya vitapan sarvan. Samutpetuh samantatah. Okay, together. Samutpatati tasminstu. Vegate nagarohinaha. Samhritya vitapan sarvan. Samutpetuh samantatah. Once more. Samutpatati tasminstu. Vegate nagarohinaha. Samhritya vitapan sarvan. Samutpetuh samantatah. Any doubts in the chanting? Is it clear? Shivagami ji, clear? Bhagya Lakshmi ji, I'm not able to see your face. I hope it's clear for you. Clear? If you want me to repeat, please ask. Happy to repeat. Okay, now we'll go to the meaning of this. So now what is the effect of Hanuman's leap? This is Valmiki's beauty. Valmiki will not just tell you X did this, Y did that, and this happened. He will not just recount the facts. Okay, there will be a lot of poetry obviously in his writing. So here he is now describing the effect of Lord Hanuman's leap. What is happening when Hanuman leaps? Everything is in Sati Saptami. That is why Samutpatati. Okay, Samutpatati means when he was sleeping. Not everything, that one word, sorry. Tasmin Samutpatati. When he was sleeping. When Hanuman was sleeping. Vegat Samutpatati Sati. When this was happening. Vegat. Due to the speed. Nagarohinaha. Okay. Te Nagarohinaha. Te Nagarohinaha. Nagarohinaha refers to the trees which grow in the mountain. The different mountainous trees. Okay. So Te Nagarohinaha. Those mountainous trees, what do they do? Sarvan vitapan samhritya. See, you must imagine there is a great velocity with which Hanuman is leaping. When he leaps with a great velocity, the trees which are there in that place, their branches come close together. Samhritya means coming close together. So the speed of the wind which is generated by the movement of Hanuman leaping caused the trees to draw their branches together closely. And then what happened? Samantataha samutpetuhu. They themselves were uprooted. And the trees flew in all directions. Okay, samutpetuhu means flew, fell off. Okay, samantataha means everywhere. So in all directions, the trees were uprooted and they started flying off everywhere. So it is like Lord Hanuman leaping, a whole lot of trees leaping along with him. Okay, so not just Hanuman leaping, all the trees also leaping. In the next shloka, the birds will also go. Okay, so here the whole set of trees started leaping with Hanuman out. Okay, it looked like they were all making one big jumping action. That is the meaning of this particular shloka. Any questions? Move forward. Samattako yashtimakan. Samattako yashtimakan. Samattako yashtimakan. Padapan pushpashalinaha. Padapan pushpashalinaha. Udvahan uruvegena. Udvahan uruvegena. Jagama vimalembare. Jagama vimalembare. Udvahan uruvegena. Jagama vimalembare. Udvahan uruvegena. Jagama vimalembare. Samattako yashtimakan. Padapan pushpashalinaha. Samattako yashtimakan. Padapan pushpashalinaha. Udvahan uruvegena. Jagama vimalembare. Udvahan uruvegena. Jagama vimalembare. Together. Samattako yashtimakan. Padapan pushpashalinaha. Udvahan uruvegena. Jagama vimalembare. Once more. Samattako yashtimakan. Padapan pushpashalinaha. Udvahan uruvegena. Jagama vimalembare. Okay, clear? Samattako yashtimakan. That's the word in case it confused you. Second line, Udvahan uruvegena. Okay, va clear? Sutirth clear? Okay. So, Anvaya. Saha. Saha refers to Hanuman. Okay. Mattako yashtimakan. One with Mattako yashtika. Matta refers to intoxicated. Koyashti. Okay. Koyashti refers to lapwings. Some books say cranes. It's not Giri book says crane. It's actually lapwing. Okay, lapwing, if you Google and search, is a kind of it inhabits marshy lands. It has a small crown on its head, and it eats small insects and other it's a omnivore. It eats small insects and worms in the marshy lands. Okay, so this is obviously near the sea, so it's a low-lying water land. So it is a typical dwelling place for these kind of birds. Mattako yashtimakan means intoxicated lapwings. Here the lapwings are not eating worms. They are eating what? Pushpashalinaha. They're eating the pushpa. They're eating the nectar of the flowers in the tree. In the tree there, trees there which are being uprooted. So they are fully drunk on the nectar of the flowers on the trees that are being uprooted. Okay, so padapa we've seen earlier also, those which drink from their feet, roots, namely trees. So the trees were pushpashalinaha. So how the Anvaya works is like this. Saha mattako yashtimakan is also an adjective for padapan. Dvitiya vibhakti bahuvachanam. Padapan means trees. Trees, adjective, trees laden with intoxicated lapwings. Then pushpashalinaha, also an adjective for the trees. Pushpashalinaha means laden with flowers. So the trees were laden with flowers, and there were lapwings on the trees which were drinking the nectar on the flowers. Can you imagine the scene now? The trees are coming out now, which are being uprooted. Along with the trees which are being uprooted now, Udvahan uruvegena. Uru means the thighs. By the speed of his thighs, uruvegena. By the speed of his thighs, Udvahan, they are being lifted up. What is being lifted up? Literally, the birds are being lifted up. Now, normally birds don't need any artificial being to lift them. Now, they themselves have lift. They themselves can fly in the sky. But because of Lord Hanuman's speed, even the birds found themselves being lifted up. So you can imagine a very comical scene. Trees are following Hanuman. The flowers are all following Hanuman. Along with that, these birds are also being carried by Hanuman. Jagama Vimalembare. Jagama. He went like this, Vimalembare, in the clear sky. Saha Jagama. So this is how Hanuman went, carrying the birds along with him. Okay, so that is the meaning of this particular shloka. I hope it's clear. Uruvegena means with the speed of his thighs. Okay, so next shloka. Uruvegodhata vriksha. Uruvegodhata vriksha. Request everyone to be on mute, because from this I cannot mute anyone. Uruvegodhata vriksha. Uruvegodhata vriksha. Muhurtam kapimanvayuhu. Muhurtam kapimanvayuhu. Prasthitam dirghamadhvanam. Prasthitam dirghamadhvanam. Prasthitam dirghamadhvanam. Swabandhumiva Swabandhumiva Bandhavaha Bandhavaha. Uruvegodhata vriksha. Muhurtam kapimanvayuhu. Uruvegodhata vriksha. Muhurtam kapimanvayuhu. Prasthitam dirghamadhvanam. Swabandhumiva bandhavaha. Prasthitam dirghamadhvanam. Swabandhumiva bandhavaha. Any doubts? Am I going too fast? Following, right? Kanchanaji, please ask.
It is Kapi Manvayuhu, correct?
Kapi manvayuhu.
Kapi Manvayuhu. Thank
Kapim
you.
anvayuhu is the way we break
Kapi
it.
Manvayuhu. Okay.
An-
Should we break or we can tell it together?
Tell it together. You won't have time to break. Harika ji.
Okay.
Ma'am, the first word uruvego dhata.
Uruvego dhata.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Dhata means lifted. Okay, we'll chant it together. Uruvego dhata vriksha. Muhurtam kapimanvayuhu. Prasthitam dirghamadhvanam. Swabandhumiva bandhavaha. Uruvegodhata vriksha. Muhurtam kapimanvayuhu. Prasthitam dirghamadhvanam. Swabandhumiva bandhavaha. Okay, so we see the meaning. Again, lot of literary beauty. That's all I can say. Uruvegodhataha. Uru, thighs. Vega, speed. Uddhataha, lifted. So lifted up by the speed of his thighs. What have been lifted up by the speed of his thighs? The vrikshaha. Vrikshaha, these trees. Dirgham adhvanam prasthitam swabandhum. Okay. Bandhavaha eva. What does it mean? Dirgham adhvanam. Long journey. So when somebody is setting out on a long journey, prasthitam swabandhum. One's own kin. Say for example, your father or mother or your uncle or your aunt. If they are starting off on a long journey, then bandhavaha iva. What will the other relatives do? Kapim muhurtam anvayu. The same way. They will follow for a distance, right? When somebody leaves your house, for example, when your aunt or uncle or mother or father or somebody close to you, if they visit your house, then obviously you will take them not only to your doorstep, you will go down till the gate, right? And leave them into the car. Correct? our habit of leaving in the car, no? There is actually the Dharma Shastra says, when somebody like that, your bandhu visits you, you should accompany the person till the nearest water body. Say a well. This is there in Manusmriti also. In a well, till a well, a pond, okay, or some place where there is water. Till that place, you should accompany. So not only should you accompany to the car gate or something, you should go till there is a water body. So like that, the trees were accompanying Hanuman, it seems. Like Hanuman was his bandhu, was their bandhu. They accompanied Hanuman for muhurta, for a small period of time. So, Uruveko Tata Vrikshaha, those trees which were raised by the speed of Lord Hanuman's thighs, Dirgam Advanam Prastitam Swabandhum Bandavaha Iva, like for relatives who are setting out on a long journey, how the other family members follow, like that. Kapim Muhurtam Anvayuhu. They followed the monkey for a short distance. Understood? I hope it's clear. Is it clear? Am I going too fast? You want me to repeat the meaning? Sutit, are you writing? Or are you seeing my face? Right. Any other doubts? Okay. So this is the meaning. How the trees were following Hanuman for a short distance. That's what basically it says. Taduruvekunmathitaha. 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 Salaschanye nagottamaha. Salaschanye nagottamaha. Salaschanye nagottamaha. Anujagmur Hanumantam. Anujagmur Hanumantam. See the Rekha is there on top of the her, right? Anujagmuhu. Anujagmur Hanumantam. Anujagmur Hanumantam. Sainya iva mahipatim. Sainya iva mahipatim. Anujagmur Hanumantam. Sainya iva mahipatim. Anujagmur Hanumantam. Sainya iva mahipatim. Together. Taduruvegunmathitaha. Salaschanyena gottamaha. Anujagmur Hanumantam. Sainya iva mahipatim. Taduruvegunmathitaha. Salaschanyena gottamaha. Anujagmur Hanumantam. Sainya iva mahipatim. Once more. Taduruvegunmathitaha. Salaschanyena gottamaha. Anujagmur Hanumantam. Sainya iva mahipatim. Clear till here? Chanting? Okay, I'm not seeing any hands raised, so I'll move to the meaning. Yashika, clear? Chanting? Okay. So, I'm sure many of you understood the meaning. Uruvegon dhataha. Sorry. Taduruvegon mathitaha. So, Uruvegon mathitaha. This is not lifted. Mathitaha means uprooted. So, uprooted by the speed of his thighs. Uruvegon mathitaha. Uprooted by the speed of his thighs. Salascha. The sala trees. Sal, we see no teak, sal. These trees are planted in plantations normally. They are long-lived trees that give us wood. So sala trees, the sala trees, anye, salascha anye, and the other nagottamaha. Salaha cha, anye nagottamaha. The sala trees and the other nagottamaha, other excellent trees of the mountain, other excellent mountainous trees. What do they do? Again, one more simile given here. Hanumantam Sainya iva mahipatim anujagmuho. Hanumantam. Hanuman. Dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Hanuman, Hanumantau, Hanumantaha. Hanumantam. Dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam. Hanumantam. They followed Hanuman. Hanumantam anujagmuho. Followed Hanuman. Like what? Sainya iva mahipatim. Mahipati refers to king. Sainya refers to army. Like how the chiefs of the army follow the king, in the same way, these trees followed Hanuman. That's all. Clear? No meaning? So just a simile given here. That just in the previous one, it is like how when your kith and kin leave your house, how you will accompany them to a distance. That was a comparison. Okay, that shows affection. That is the dhvani there, the affection and the love that you have for a person. Here, Sainya iva mahipatim. This shows respect. The previous one shows love. This one shows respect. Now, obviously, if you ask me, do trees have love? Do trees have respect for Hanuman? Why is Valmiki comparing to family? Why is he comparing to army? All this is just kavya. All this is just poetry. Okay, it's a personification being done here. This implication of a human feeling to a non-human object, okay, it's just a personification used as a poetic device. Okay, so please don't take it literally and think the tree is crying or the tree is loving Hanuman or the tree is respecting Hanuman. Think it is a literary device. Okay, so here this shows respect. So tadur vegon matitaha salaha cha anyena gotamaha Hanumantam Sainya iva mahipatim anujapuho is the Anvaya Krama. Okay, in that order. So this way they follow him. Okay, so I'll move to the next shloka if there are no questions in this. सुपुष्पिताग्रैर्बहुभिः 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 पादपैरन्वितः कपिः पादपैरन्वितः कपिः पादपैरन्वितः कपिः Hanuman Parvatakaru. When it is given as Hanumantam, say it as Hanumantam. When it is given as Hanuman, don't say Hanuman. Okay, be watchful for this mistake. Hanuman Parvataka. Sorry. Hanuman Parva. 1 minute. Let me just check in the text if it is Parvatokaru or Parvatakaru. It should be Parvatakaru. Hanuman Parvatokaro, Hanuman Parvatokaro, Babhuvat Bhutadarshanah, Babhuvat Bhutadarshanah, Hanuman Parvatokaro, Babhuvat Bhutadarshanah. Some books say Parvatakaro, that's also correct. Hanuman Parvatokaro. Please be on mute. Hanuman Parvatokaro Babhuvat Bhutadarshanah Hanuman Parvatokaro Babhuvat Bhutadarshanah Supushpita together Supushpita Grair Bahubhihi Padapairanvitah Kapihi Hanuman Parvatokaro Babhuvat Bhutadarshanah. Once more. Supushpitagrairbahubihi Padapairanvitah Kapihi Hanuman Parvatokaro Babhuvat Bhutadarshanah. Again. Supushpitagrairbahubihi Padapairanvitah Kapihi Hanuman Parvatokaro Babhuvat Bhutadarshanah. Clear na chanting? And go to the meaning. Okay. Bahubihi, many. Supushpita, by many. Supushpita Graihi. See, this is a description of the Padapaihi. Padapa, trees. So, Padapaihi. How are the trees? Supushpitagraha. The trees have flowers at their tips. Okay, so there are a lot of flowers blossomed on the tree. Please be on mute. There's someone on unmute who's making a scraping noise and I'm not able to mute them. So kindly watch it if you're on unmute. So, Bahubihi Supushpitagraihi Padapaihi. With trees that have blossomed tops. Okay. Anvitaha, with Kapihi, Hanuman. Parvatakaraha or Parvatokaraha, one with the mountainous form. Adbhuta Darshanaha, Hanuman Babhuva. And Hanuman, Adbhuta Darshanaha, wonderful sight, Babhuva became. So essentially, what is it? Hanuman is being compared to a Parvata, mountain. Hanuman himself looks like a mountain. It is said that when Hanuman had expanded to a great size to cross the mountain, he became dark green in color. We see that form of Hanuman, no, dark green Hanuman. So a large, massive form and dark green in color, he himself looked to be mistaken for a mountain because he was accompanied by many mountainous trees with flowers, and also the flowers were falling, the flowers were all around him. So he looked like a mountain with trees and flowers on him. So this description is of Hanuman. How did he look? Okay, fairly intuitive. It just goes forward, right, in the story. So we can move forward. The meaning is clear. It's very simple only.
Ma'am, can you repeat because
Sure.
my
Yes, I will repeat it. So, Bahubihi, with many kinds of Supushpitagrehi, blossom flowers on the top, Padabehi, trees, Anvitaha, with. So, with, who was with all these things? Who was with the tree with blossoms on its top? Hanuman. Kapihi, Saha Kapihi Hanuman, that monkey Hanuman, Parvatokarha, like a mountain. Adbhuta Darshanaha Babuva, he presented a wonderful sight to everyone. That is the meaning. So Hanuman presented a wonderful sight to everyone, accompanied by all the trees with flowering tops. That is the meaning. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
This is description of Hanuman. That's all. Anjanaji, why is your hand raised? Do you want
Yeah.
to? Yeah.
Ma'am, the first word, no?
Ah.
Supushpita, the second part I am not getting it. Can you repeat that?
Yes, I will. Supushpitagrair bahubhihi. Supushpitagrair bahubhihi. There is a rekha on top of the bakara that is coming after the gra. Supushpitagrair, after the grair. Supushpitagrair bahubhihi. Okay, clear, Anjanaji? Okay. So now I move to the next shloka. सारवन्तोऽथ ये वृक्षाः सारवन्तोऽथ ये वृक्षाः सारवन्तोऽथ ये वृक्षाः न्यमज्जल्लवणाम्बसी न्यमज्जल्लवणाम्भसी 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 न्यमज्जल्लवणाम्बसी. See, just two less, remember. न्यमज्जल्लवणाम्भसी 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 भयादिव महेन्द्रस्य पर्वतावरुणालये भयादिव महेन्द्रस्य पर्वतावरुणालये भयादिव महेन्द्रस्य पर्वतावरुणालये. We'll chant the whole shloka together if there are no doubts. सारवन्तोऽथ ये वृक्षा न्यमज्जल्लवणाम्भसी भयादिव महेन्द्रस्य पर्वतावरुणालये सारवन्तोऽथ ये वृक्षा न्यमज्जल्लवणाम्भसी भयादिव महेन्द्रस्य पर्वतावरुणालये. Once more. सारवन्तोऽथ ये वृक्षा न्यमज्जल्लवणाम्भसी भयादिव महेन्द्रस्य Parvata Varunalaye. Some more story happening. So, Atha, then. See, Saravanto Atha. From there, Atha taken. Okay, Atha, then. Saravantaha, ye vrikshaha. Saravantaha means heavy. Why are they heavy? Simply because they are massive trees and they have full, flowers on them, fully grown trees. So those heavy trees, Saravantaha, ye vrikshaha. Those trees which were very heavy, Mahendrasya bhayat, out of fear for Indra. Mahendrasya bhayat, out of fear for Indra. Parvataha, mountains. Varunalaye, eva, in the ocean. Like that. Lavanambhasi, in the salty ocean. Nyavajjan, they sank. So the heavy trees sank in the ocean, like how the mountains, in the fear of Lord Indra, took refuge in the abode of Varuna, or the oceans. So the heavy trees sank in the ocean in the same way, like how out of the fear of Indra, the mountains sank in the abode of Varuna. So here Valmiki mentions the story that is about to be told later in the same Sarga. You're all familiar with the Mainaka incident where the mountain comes to obstruct Hanuman's journey, right? It is said that long ago in the Krita Yuga, which Yuga were we in? Treta Yuga. Ramayana happens in Treta Yuga. Said in the Krita Yuga, or possibly later than that, but definitely before Rama's time. So long ago, basically. The mountains used to be Pakshinaha, or those with wings. Paksha means wings. Pakshinaha means with wings, not necessarily only bird, anything with a wing. So a plane can also be called a Pakshinaha. Okay, something with a wing. So the mountains had wings on them. Okay, so imagine if you and I have wings and we fly around, maximum we'll hit some object and we'll make that object fall, but our damage will not be too much. Correct? But if birds hit somebody, obviously birds are small. They are allowed to fly. But if mountains were flying around, then it will cause a lot of problems, right? So all the rishis and all the other people, they were constantly in fear of being knocked over by a flying mountain. Okay, so wherever they would see a mountain, they would run far away. Then they prayed to Indra to protect them. So what did Lord Indra do? He took his Vajrayuda and he said, come on, the problem is with the wings, no? I'll chop off the wings. So he started chopping off the wings of all the mountains. Instead of flying mountains, they all became Achala, Stharu, stable. Okay, so when you can imagine the feelings of the mountains when Mahendra was chasing them with his Vajrayuda ready to cut off their wings. Obviously, they were full of fear. In the same way, now here, like how they immediately, what did they do? Some of them, here the reference is to Mainaka, specifically. Mainaka mountain was one such mountain. Mainaka is the son of whom? Can you tell me? I have to wake up the class. I don't think the story helped because everyone knows the story. So what, who is he the son of Mainaka? Who is he the brother of? Nobody knows. Think. Okay.
Sanjeevani, ma'am.
No. Himavan. Himavan is the father of Parvati. Parvati, Parvatasya, Apatyam Stri. Essentially the daughter of Parvata, Parvati. Son of Mena, Mainaka. Himavan's wife was Mena. Okay. So, not Menaka. Mena. Mena's son, Mainaka. So, he is the firstborn. Himavan did not have a daughter. He prayed to Ambal to be born as his daughter, as Parvati. So Mainaka is the elder brother of Parvati and the son of Himavan, such a prestigious mountain. Even he was chased by Indra. Imagine his fate. He ran for his very life and he quickly dipped himself in the ocean, southernmost ocean of India. All the way from Himalayas, he came to the southernmost tip of the country and dunked himself into the ocean, in order to protect himself from the wrath of Indra, which is Vajrayuda. So in the same way, all the trees started falling in the ocean one by one, like how the mountains hid themselves. That is a reference to the story here. Okay, now the context is clear. Later when Mainaka comes also, this will become more clear. Okay, can I move forward? Meaning clear? Okay. Sanana kusumai kirnaha. Sanana kusumai kirnaha. Sanana kusumai kirnaha. Kapi sankura korakaihi. Kapi sankura korakaihi. Kapi sankura korakaihi. Shushubhe megha sankashaha. Shushubhe megha sankashaha. Shushubhe megha sankashaha. Khadyotayriv parvatah. Khadyotayriv parvatah. Khadyotayriv parvatah. Sanana kusumai kirnaha. Kapih sankurakorakaihi. Sanana kusumai kirnaha. Kapih sankurakorakaihi. Shushubhe megha sankashaha. Khadyotayriv parvatah. Shushubhe megha sankashaha. Khadyotayriv parvatah. Together. Sanana kusumai kirnaha. Kapih sankurakorakaihi. Shushubhe megha sankashaha. Khadyotayriv parvatah. Once more. Sanana kusumai kirnaha. Kapih sankurakorakaihi. Shushubhe megha sankashaha. Khadyotayriv parvatah. Chanting clear? Okay, meaning. So now the description. What has happened? The trees have fallen into the ocean. Okay, now the ocean is being described. We must be patient when we read Ramayana. We should not wait for the next event to happen immediately. We should enjoy the process of the beauty of the Kavya. We should not think, for every incident we are sitting and describing with so much detail, 20 shlokas on effect of Hanuman's jump on mountain, effect of Hanuman's jump on trees, effect of Hanuman's jump on flowers, and finally on the ocean when the trees fall. We should be patient when we read, because we will find that as we read it and enjoy it slowly, we will grasp the essence of the story much better. Okay, so when our Purvacharyas, when Maharishi Valmiki wrote Ramayana and he stuck to this space, it tells us to slow down and savor Ramayana and not race through Ramayana. If we want to race through Ramayana, we should read one condensed version of Ramayana. In 15 pages or even 10 pages, somebody can give you Ramayana. That we can read and say, I know Ramayana. But if we read it like this, shloka by shloka, if we savor Ramayana, it is literally, what does it, we have the shloka also, no? Yat piban satatam ramacharitamrita sagaram. That is what Valmiki felt. Although he drank so much of the nectar, he was not satisfied. Still, he wanted to write more and more, which is what is the nature of Ramayana. Okay, so now the description is on the is of the sea. Sankura korakaihi. Along with the sprouts, the buds. Now, what has fallen? When the trees fall, flowers will fall, buds will fall, sprouts will fall, small fruits will fall. Everything fell on the ocean. These have fallen. Nana kusamaihi, with different kinds of flowers. So, with sprouts, buds, and different kinds of flowers. Sankura korakaihi, nana kusumaihi, with sprouts, buds, and flowers. Kiranaha, spread over. Okay, lovely. It's a beautiful blanket, canopy of flowers and sprouts and buds which had fallen on the sea. Megha Sankashaha. Sorry, this is not of the sea. This is Kapihi. This is of Hanuman. See, I'm so sorry. As the leap happens and the trees start to fall on the ocean, the flowers fall on Hanuman. So, Sankura Korakaihi Nana Kusamaihi, with sprouts and buds and with the flowers, Kiranaha, covered all over. Who is covered all over? Hanuman. Megha Sankashaha, one who is like a cloud. Saha Kapihi, that monkey, that Hanuman. So Hanuman, who is like a cloud, Khadyotaihi parvataha iva shushubhe. Parvataha, mountain. Khadyotaihi, with, see, Khadyotaha. If you look at the word, it's a very beautiful word. Kham refers to sky. Dyota refers to light. Okay. Now we have tube light in the room to illuminate the room. We have a candle in the room to illuminate the room. Correct? But what illuminates the sky? So that which illuminates the sky is known as Khadyota. Okay. So what is the Khadyota here? It is the reference to fireflies. Okay. So that which illuminates the sky, are in the dark sky, you see fireflies glowing brightly, no? So same, that is a reference here. So fireflies which are glowing in the sky. So like how a mountain is illuminated by fireflies in the night, which glow brightly, in the same way, Hanuman, who is like a cloud, was brilliantly covered with a canopy of flowers, sprouts, and buds that had fallen all over him as the trees fell off. That is the meaning of this line. Is it clear? You want me to repeat anything? Okay. I'm moving forward. Vimuktastasya vegena, vimuktastasya vegena, muktva pushpani te drumaha, muktva pushpani te drumaha, muktva pushpani te drumaha, vimuktastasya vegena, vimuktastasya vegena, muktva pushpani te drumaha, muktva pushpani te drumaha, avashiryanta salile, avashiryanta salile, nivrittah suhrido yatha, nivrittah suhrido yatha, nivrittah suhrido yatha, vimuktastasya vegena, muktva pushpani te drumaha, vimuktastasya vegena, muktva pushpani te drumaha, avashiryanta salile, nivrittah suhrido yatha, avashiryanta salile, nivrittah suhrido yatha, avashiryanta salile, nivrittah suhrido yatha. Together. Vimuktastasya vegena, muktva pushpani te drumaha, avashiryanta salile, nivrittah suhrido yatha. Once more. Vimuktastasya vegena, muktva pushpani te drumaha, avashiryanta salile, nivrittah suhrido yatha. Any doubts in this? No. We move to the meaning. Tasya vegena vimuktaha, freed by his speed. Te drumaha, these trees. Pushpani muktva, having released their flowers. Having released their flowers. So what is happening? By his speed, now the trees don't have a velocity of their own. They have fallen into the ocean. So they have been released by his speed. But they have still given up their flowers. Okay, so the flowers have fallen on him. Nivrittaha suhrido yatha salile avashiryanta. Nivrittaha suhridaha. Nivrittaha, returning. Suhridaha. Suhridaha. Suhrid, suhridau, suhridaha. Bahuvachanam. Friends. So like returning, friends. So just like we just said, no, when your friend or family leaves the house, you will go up to the doorstep. Here in the case, salile, ocean, till a water body, I said, no. So like that, they left him at the water body, namely the ocean. So from the mountain, when he started crossing when he entered the coastline, At the coastline, the trees fell off like returning brethren, like returning friends. That's the meaning. Okay. So, same description continues basically. So only up till the well or lake or water body they will accompany. No, so same way they accompanied up to the start of the coastline, and then they just fell back. So left at the water body. Your yeah, the commentators, all of them say the same thing, like a returning friend up to the water body. They do. So that's the only thing that we have to say. I'm moving to the next shloka. There are no questions in this. Now comes the ocean description. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Vichitram sagare patat. Vichitram sagare patat. Vichitram sagare patat. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Kapivayusamiritam. Kapivayusamiritam. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Kapivayusamiritam. Kapivayusamiritam. Tarachitamivakasham. 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 Prabhabhau samaharnavaha. Prabhabhau samaharnavaha. Prabhabhau samaharnavaha. Line by line. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Vichitram sagare patat. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Vichitram sagare patat. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Kapivayusamiritam. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Kapivayusamiritam. Tarachitamivakasham. Prabhabhau samaharnavaha. Tarachitamivakasham. Prabhabhau samaharnavaha. Any doubts? Together. Anyway, we'll have a last 10 minutes doubt clearance after we see a couple more shlokas. We will stop the recording and see the doubts. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Vichitram sagare patat. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Kapivayusamiritam. Tarachitamivakasham. Prabhabhau samaharnavaha. Together. Once more. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Vichitram sagare patat. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Kapivayusamiritam. Tarachitamivakasham. Prabhabhau samaharnavaha. Once more. Laghutvenopapannam tat. Vichitram sagare patat. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Kapivayusamiritam. Tarachitamivakasham. Prabhabhau samaharnavaha. Laghutvena upapannam tat. By virtue of its lightness, Laghutvena. Upapannam, that which had risen up. Tat. Vichitram, colorful. So something had risen up because of its lightness. Obviously, the flowers. Flowers are lighter than the trees, no? So the trees fell into the water. The flowers fell on the remaining flowers also fell on the water now. Laghutvena upapannam. By virtue of its lightness, that which had risen up. Upapannam tat. Vichitram, colorful. Kapivayu samiritam. Driven by the wind caused by Hanuman's speed. Driven by the wind caused by Hanuman's speed. Obviously, there was a backlash. He had gone very fast and there was a backlash of speed. Drumanam vividham pushpam. Of the trees, different kinds of flowers. Sagare apatat. Fell on the ocean. Okay, so now the trees which were released by the speed of Hanuman, when the flowers of the trees which were released by the speed of Hanuman fell on the ocean, making a beautiful canopy on the ocean. Saha Maharnavaha. Arnavaha, ocean. Maharnavaha, giant ocean, big ocean. Tarachitam Akasham Eva, like a star-spangled sky. Like a sky which is beautifully lit up by a canopy of stars. Prabhabhav, shone with that effulgence, it shone with the brilliance. This description of the sea. So flowers first fell on Hanuman, making him look like a mountain glowing with fireflies. Then the flowers fell on the sea, making the sea look like a star-spangled sky. I hope it's clear.
Ma'am, can you
Yes,
repeat?
please ask.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Repeat it. Okay. By virtue of its lightness, laghutvena, upapannam, that which had risen up. Vichitram, pushpam. Okay, vichitram refers to colorful. Kapivayu samiritam, driven by the speed of the wind, which was generated by Hanuman's speed, right? Driven by the wind generated by Hanuman's speed. Drumanam vividham pushpam, vividham vichitram pushpam. The trees, the flowers, variegated colors belonging to the trees which had fallen off. Sagare apatat, fell on the ocean. Now is it first the trees fell, now is the turn of the flowers to fall. So by virtue of its lightness, the flowers fell later. So trees, because it's heavy, it fell down immediately. The flowers being light, beautifully, gently showered on the ocean later, creating a beautiful canopy. Tara chitam akasham iva saha maharnavaha prabhavo. Like a star-spangled sky, the grand ocean, the great ocean shone. Okay, so this is a description of the ocean after the flowers have fallen on them. Rachnaji, do you have a question to ask? Ask.
Ma'am, what rose, ma'am? Upapannam? What rose?
Lifted up. Upapannam, lifted up, risen up.
Lifted. What lifted? In this?
Speed. Upapan lagutvena, lifted up by virtue of its lightness and the speed of Hanuman's movement, caused the flowers to rise up. See, how the falling is, the trees fell. That you could have asked, why do the trees not fall with the flowers? The flowers got detached from the trees, rose up, and then gently showered on the ocean. Okay, that is the action which he's describing. Upapannam rised up, it rose up. Why did it rise up? Because of its lightness. It got separated and then it fell. Okay. Apatat means fall. Upapannam means rose. So her question, I hope you all understand the question. How can something rise and then fall? It rose up from the trees, the flowers detached, rose up by the virtue of its lightness, then it fell down. Okay. Next shloka. पुष्पौघेनानुबद्धेन 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 नानावर्णेन वानरः नानावर्णेन वानरः नानावर्णेन वानरः बभौ मेघ इवोद्यन्वै बभौ मेघ इवोद्यन्वै बभौ मेघ इवोद्यन्वै विद्युद्गणविभूषितः 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 पुष्पौघेनानुबद्धेन नानावर्णेन वानरः पुष्पौघेनानुबद्धेन नानावर्णेन वानरः बभौ मेघ इवोद्यन्वै विद्युद्गणविभूषितः बभौ मेघ इवोद्यन्वै विद्युद्गणविभूषितः गणविभूषितः बभौ मेघ इवोद्यन्वै विद्युत् गणविभूषितः together पुष्पौघेनानुबद्धेन नानावर्णेन वानरः बभौ मेघ इवोद्यन्वै विद्युत् गणविभूषितः once more पुष्पौघेनानुबद्धेन नानावर्णेन वानरः बभौ मेघ इवोद्यन्वै विद्युत् गणविभूषितः नानावर्णेन अनुबद्धेन by different colors covered pushpaughena with a heap of flowers covered with a heap of different kinds of flowers vanaraha Hanuman. So we must understand that all the flowers did not fall into the ocean. Some flowers. Now Hanuman was supremely excited at the thought of crossing the ocean, supremely excited at the thought of meeting Mata Sita. His hair stood up on end. There were horripilations all over his body. On top of all the hair which is stuck, which is risen up, flowers were stuck. So how did he look? He looked as if he was covered with flowers. Okay, so Nan Pushpaughena, covered with a heap of different kinds of flowers. Hanuman, how did he look? Akashe, in the sky, Vidyut Gana Vibhushitaha Meghaha, like a cloud which is decorated with lightning streaks of different colors. If you notice a lightning streak, it is not just that glowing white silver color. At the tip of it, it will be blue, there'll be green, there'll be yellow, there'll be different colors associated with the lightning itself. So like that, with the different colored lightning streaks, like how the cloud is decorated, Hanuman appeared like such a cloud. Megha iva babhau, he shone. So, covered with a heap of flowers, Hanuman shone like a cloud that is decorated with different lightning arrays or different streaks of lightning. Okay, that is the meaning of this shloka. We'll do one more shloka to finish this whole trees and flowers description, and we can move on to Hanuman's movement in the next class. तस्य वेगसमाधूतैः पुष्पैस्तोयमदृश्यत 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 ताराभिरभिरामाभिर् 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 उदिताभिरिवाम्बरम् 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 तस्य वेगसमाधूतैः पुष्पैस्तोयमदृश्यत तस्य वेगसमाधूतैः पुष्पैस्तोयमदृश्यत ताराभिरभिरामाभिर् उदिताभिरिवाम्बरम् ताराभिरभिरामाभिर् उदिताभिरिवाम्बरम् together. तस्य वेगसमाधूतैः पुष्पैस्तोयमदृश्यत ताराभिरभिरामाभिर् उदिताभिरिवाम्बरम् once more. तस्य वेगसमाधूतैः पुष्पैस्तोयमदृश्यत ताराभिरभिरामाभिर् उदिताभिरिवाम्बरम् once more. तस्य वेगसमाधूतैः पुष्पैस्तोयमदृश्यत ताराभिरभिरामाभिर् उदिताभिरिवाम्बरम् तस्य वेगसमाधूतैः पुष्पैः. samadhutaihi, dropped. So those flowers which had dropped by virtue of his speed, tasya, his vega, tasya vega, his speed, samadhutaihi, dropped, pushpaihi, flowers, toyam, how did the water appear? Toyam, the water, uditabihi, abhiramabihi, tarabihi, ambaramiva adrishyat. Again, one more comparison. When the flowers had fallen on the water, how did the water appear? The water appeared like an ambaramiva, like the sky. I'll repeat. Tasya vega samadhutaihi pushpaihi. With the flowers which were dropped by virtue of his speed, toyam, the water of the ocean, uditabihi, abhiramabihi, tarabihi. Uditabihi means with rising, abhiramabihi, charming, tarabihi, stars, with charming rising stars. So when the stars start appearing in the sky, how do they appear? One after the others, they start twinkling in the sky. If you have noticed very carefully, nowadays nobody has time to observe the dusk. But if you notice sunset, what happens? The sun sets, it becomes dark slowly. One after the other, depending on the amount of brightness, the stars seem to pop up in the sky. Stars are always there. The visibility slowly appears based on the darkness that is created by nighttime. In the same way, the flowers appear to twinkle like stars that appear on the sky. So in the same way, they were twinkling. Udita Abhiramavi. It looks so charming, no? When we see twinkling stars which rise up in the sky. Same way, the flowers look very charming. Tarabihi ambaramiva adrishyat. Like a sky covered with charming rising stars, the ocean, the water, appeared like such a sky with the flowers fallen all over it. That's the meaning given here. Okay, so with this we finish 55th shloka. Before probably we can have the doubt clearing in the next session anyway, which is meant for chanting and revision on next Thursday. So before that, we will chant the concluding shlokas and close the session with all 3 times.